Have you noticed any other problems that programmers who are getting into smart contracts and Web3 work face?
Yeah, so basically, there's a really well, there's it's a, basically two separate spheres. Like during my day job, I'm usually doing like C sharp or ASP.NET development, which I mean, when you're doing that type of work, it's kind of laid out. You have like a certain structure that you need to follow, but Solidity is completely different. You have unassigned integers, you have structs now, you have constructors that are, public if you don't, if you don't, or I guess it really depends on the version of Solidity that you're in. But before constructors were public, and so you'd have to be careful what you'd put in a constructor versus what you put in other functions and stuff like that. Yeah, in regards to security, there's a lot of stuff that you need to keep in mind that I think certain developers, when you're doing like Web2 stuff, you're not really paying attention to because it's already all laid out and already made for you. So I think that's probably one of the biggest differences. Is like just basically understanding like your variables, like your unassigned integers, your constructors, understanding exactly how to do proper Solidity like development, and understanding like the security risks of what happens if you I guess subtract or take out funds before verifying or something like that, like stuff really simple stuff like that that you tend to not even look at when you're doing Web2 development, and it's just a whole separate sphere at that point.
Got you. And are there any websites or organizations that helped you with your journey to learn Solidity? I know you mentioned one earlier.
Yeah, so I guess my first step for me was going into Code for Arena. I think that was probably the biggest help, is just going in there and reading other people's audits, understanding, okay, why is this a bug? Reading through the reports helped me a lot, understanding, okay, these are safe practices when writing Solidity code. Now, there's also like a lot of tutorials online. I'm doing one right now called Alchemy. They're a really big helpful tool when it comes to writing Solidity code. Like right now, I'm just learning a bunch of front end Web3 stuff through them, and I think that's probably one of the biggest helps was Alchemy, Code for Arena for safe Solidity practices, and then you have like YouTube stuff like that. What is it? What was that? I used to use Coursera, I think, too, just to do some simple courses. But yeah, you can always just type in online like tutorials for Solidity. I'm pretty sure you'll find one on YouTube that's very helpful.